This video could possibly save your life or somebody else that you love. If you saw the cross video that I just made a little while back, I had a little uh-oh where the piece of wood actually flew out of the saw and hurt my thumb. And that got me to thinking, I really need more safety stuff in the shop. And so this is what this video is about. Safety and security in one video. We're gonna start with the less serious stuff and then we'll get down to the real stuff that you really, really wanna have in the shop. It could save your life. I'm not even kidding. Links to all this stuff will be in the description below for you to go check out yourself. So obviously we all know we need safety glasses. These are some anti-fog safety glasses. And the reason I picked those up is because a lot of times I'll be wearing my RZ mask. It's a really good mask for dust filtration. It has a replaceable filter. You just unscrew these little filter caps and this pops out and you can put a replaceable filter inside of it. This is a really good mask. It Velcros on the back. It comes in small, medium, large, I think. If you don't have anti-fog sunglasses or safety glasses, they just fog up like crazy. Hearing protection. Now you can go cheap and get just some foam earplugs. You can go a little more expensive and get some that go over your ears. Or if you like to jam out or listen to audiobooks like me, I'm gonna try these out. These are 3M work tunes. You just put them over your ears and I can, God, man, even before, I mean, they're not even connected to my phone yet because I literally just took them out of the box, but as soon as I put them on, it just muffles the sound. Like I hear nothing. Like it's quite drastic how much these dampen the sound. So even if you're not listening to music and you just throw these on, you're gonna be good because it's already protecting your hearing. I've not even tried these out. There's just a one button operation. We'll connect them up and see what they sound like. So I just set these up. I don't even know if I'm yelling. I just set these up. Super simple. Push and hold that button on the side. Power's on. See how the sound quality is. There's not a lot of bass. Can you hear me? I can't tell if I'm yelling. All right, so a real quick review on those. They lack in bass. There's not a lot of bass. So if you like bass heavy music, probably not gonna like these. Spoken word, worship, country, rock, you know, they work all right. And of course, a first aid kit. Most of these first aid kits, like this one, is an ANSI approved, a 10-person kit. It's first aid only, so it's not a trauma kit. I know a lot of you first responders will know what a trauma kit is. It has some bleeding control and some other things in it. This is not that, but it does have some tweezers to get them splinters out, some Band-Aids, some burn cream, things like that. So this is some minor safety kit or a first aid kit. And I want it, and it has some bigger gauze pads in case you cut yourself a little worse. It's a good idea to have a first aid kit on hand. There's tons of uses for these things. They're very inexpensive. There's no reason you shouldn't have one in the shop. I'm gonna mount this one in here. The reason I did pick this one is because it has a rubber gasket on the inside so it'll stay sealed. And that means no sawdust gets inside. Hey, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell icon next to it so you get notified of all of our new content that we've got coming. So this is something that I put off for way too long, is getting a fire extinguisher in the shop. This should be probably one of the first things you do. We're working with wood, not fire, but you never know. There's a lot of electrical things in here. Drill press, table saw, miter saw, the battery charging station. How many of you have seen on Instagram or any other place where a battery has exploded and caused a fire? People's lost their houses, their shops from those batteries overcharging. I'm not saying every manufacturer's that way, but you never ever know how that's going to turn out. So you need a good fire extinguisher. And as an ex-firefighter, I did what any self-respecting ex-firefighter would do when looking for a fire extinguisher. I went to YouTube and searched which one I needed. I knew I needed an ABC fire extinguisher. It covers electrical, flammable liquids, and then also wood, paper, things like that. This is a 10-pound model, and the reason I got the 10-pound versus a 5-pound, which is a little bit cheaper, a 5-pound fire extinguisher is only going to last about 5 to 7 seconds, a continuous flow. That's not very much, and it's not going to be able to knock down a very big fire. This is a 10-pound. It'll last 11 to 15 seconds, I think, if I remember right. Give it a burst of chemical to put the fire out, and if it knocks it back, you can give another burst, etc., etc. This is a must for safety in the shop. This one's about $65. Link in the description below if you're interested. Now, when you mount this thing, you're going to want to put it somewhere that is not where you think maybe a fire. So I wouldn't mount it beside an electrical outlet. I wouldn't mount it beside my saws, my battery chargers, my paints and my stains. I want it away from those things. And what I'm going to do is mount it to the end of the miter saw stand. It's about 6 feet, 5 feet away from the miter saw, and that way it'll be away from everything and it's kind of close to the door. It should not be a shock to you that we work with some dangerous stuff. A table saw, a miter saw, a circular saw, drill press. There's tons of things in the shop that can hurt you very bad, right? If you get a major cut and one of your major arteries get cut while you're working in the shop, you don't have much time. Minutes, if that. It depends on how bad the cut is as to how fast the blood loss is, to how much time you have before you lose consciousness. You need some tourniquets in the shop. I'm a first responder. I've actually used one of these on a guy that got hurt pretty bad. These things work, and they work well, they work fast. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a doctor. I'll put a link in the description below of a very good video on how to apply these. But the one thing you need to keep in mind, high or die, okay? So you're only gonna use these on your extremities, obviously arms or legs. You're not gonna use one on a finger. It goes way up, and it goes way as high as you can get it above the wound. So I personally bought a 3-pack for the shop because I want them readily available. I'm actually gonna put one inside the house, and then I'm gonna put 2 in the shop. One by the miter saw, one over here by the table saw, and you need to know where they're at all times. It's not one of those things that you need to be looking for because seconds are gonna matter big time. They matter. You can apply them yourself, so if you do injure yourself, you can apply them. There's been people who've gotten some massive injuries who've applied these. Listen to me, Woodworker. If you don't listen to nothing else I say today, go find or go buy a tourniquet and put it in your shop. So we have a lot of expensive tools in our shops, right? And we want to try to protect that as best we can. And some of you I know have shops that you're not physically at, and some of you have shops in your house or outside of your house, maybe an outside building. So we want to try to secure that. And so I picked up these blink cameras. They work really well. Really well. The picture quality is excellent. These things record like high definition cameras. They also have night vision. They're weatherproof. They're wireless, which is one of the main reasons I want them. I didn't want to run a bunch of wires. They run off of batteries. Batteries supposed to last up to 2 years on 2 AA's. So if that's true, they're going to be well worth it. So using these blink cameras anytime, you can look in on a live view on any of your cameras, and you'll see this right here. I can wave at myself while I'm looking at myself on the screen here. You can talk to yourself. How you doing? So you see it comes out of the camera there. So you can, somebody comes to your door, somebody's in your shop, you go, hey, get out of there, get out of my shop. So they're really neat and they work very well. We've actually got several of them around the house now. I bought a 5-pack, and you can buy add-on cameras as well if you need more cameras around your house. And so we've got, we got a fully monitoring system now, and they're really easy to set up. I got a rubber housing that goes over it, and with that rubber housing comes an extra mount. So the stock mounts are really short, and you can't adjust them very much at all. They're not very good. I would recommend getting these rubber housings with those extra long mounts, and you can adjust the camera angle in a bunch of different ways. Once you get them set up, you can arm them so that they pick up motion. You can adjust how long they record. Speaking of recording, there is a cloud recording feature that they have. Of course, you have to pay for that. I didn't do that. I bought a little USB drive and stuck in the module, and it records locally. So now I have a local recording anytime I need it. If something happens and I need to go pull that recording, it's available to me. I just want you guys to be healthy and safe in the shop and be prepared if something happens. Bad things happen. They do. And so you need to be prepared if it does happen to you or someone you love. Hey, if you like this video, click that box right there. It takes you to the next set of videos. Click in that box. It's one of the best ways you can support this channel. If you click the box, you get that big old virtual fist bump. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that this was helpful for you.